Hello again. Welcome to Uncle Jeff's Easy-Peasy English. And today, live lesson, we're doing some grammar. Are you ready for the second conditional? Yes, please, Uncle Jeffrey. Okay. This time, the tenses change a little bit because this situation isn't going to happen. Probably not going to happen. For example, I'd buy a new car if I had enough money. However, I don't have enough money, so I can't buy a new car. So it's a kind of a slightly unreal situation. If I had the money, if that condition was true, if I had enough money, then I would buy a new car. I'd buy some new furniture. I would buy a new house if I had enough money. But Uncle Jeff is very poor, so I can't buy those things. So to make it a kind of an unreal situation, a thing that isn't going to be true, we have to use another tense. We can't use present simple because present simple is always true. So we need another word, some other words to change the picture. Because every word that you use to me, it makes a picture in my head. If you choose the wrong word, I see a different picture to what you mean. So now we need some different words to make it true. Now, how do we make it slightly unlikely or highly unlikely? How? We need some words. We haven't got an extra bit of vocabulary in English to change it. So we use a past form. We use a different tense to create that picture. If you think about the past, where is the past? Back there, it's gone, it's finished, it's a long way away. The past is finished. So if we use a past form, we put it further away from now. It's not present anymore, it's back somewhere far away, which is why the second conditional uses the if word, then the past simple. Because we've got to make it far away. We can't have it now, present simple, always true. We need it away from us. If plus past simple plus would. So it's not will this time, it's only a possibility. Again, would is the past form of will. So both parts are in the past. They're distant, they're far away because it isn't likely to happen. Have a look at some example sentences. If Queen Victoria, a past queen from a long time ago in England, if Queen Victoria was alive, so she was, he, she, it was. If Queen Victoria was alive today, is she alive today? No, she isn't. So, but if she was alive today, she would be over 200 years old. That would be a lot of wrinkles. So if Queen Victoria was alive today, she would be over 200 years old. You've got would, and after would, you must have an infinitive. It's like with the will sentence. You need an infinitive, yeah? After will, after these auxiliary verbs, the next verb must be infinitive. So be. She would be over 200 years old. If Queen Victoria was alive today, she'd be over 200 years old. Yeah, she'd. Because we love contractions. If Queen Victoria was alive today, she'd be over 200 years old. Is she alive today? No, she isn't. So she's not 200. She died a long time ago. Have a look at the next sentence. I would buy a new car if I had enough money. So again, this time the if clause is turned around. You could say, If I had enough money, I would buy a new car. But here we've changed it. We've moved it around. No comma anywhere here. Start the sentence with the if clause. Have a comma. Have it in the middle. No comma. So have a look again. I would buy a new car if I had enough money. Have I got enough money? No. So I can't buy a new car. I would buy a new car. I'd buy a new car if I had enough money. Try it. I'd buy a new car if I had enough money. The important thing is the rhythm, the intonation. I'd buy a new car if I had enough money. I'd buy a new car if I had enough money. Try it. I'd buy a new car if I had enough money. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? Yes, it does, Uncle Jeff. Your English is wonderful. Thank you. I'd buy a new car if I had enough money. And the last one, lottery number, lottery ticket. If I won a lot of money, I would buy a big house. If I won a lot of money, I'd. If I won a lot of money, I'd buy a big house. If I won a lot of money, I'd buy a big house. And again, you can change it around. I'd buy a big house, comma, if I won a lot of money. That's the nice thing with conditionals. You can change it around. If you're writing or speaking, change the way you write and speak. Makes your writing and speaking more interesting. So there we are. Things that will only be true if this other part works. If it doesn't, then it's not likely to happen. Yeah? And that's the second conditional. Okay, ready for some practice? Second conditional practice. Have a look at these example sentences. Oh my goodness. Can you see those okay? Back a bit. Yeah, looks good.
Don't move too fast.
I'll try.
Because this camera kind of...
Oh, okay. So number one, if Anna lived in London, she... What's the missing word? If Anna lived in London, she... near her parents, her mum and dad, parents. If Anna lived in London, she... near her parents. You've got to use this and this. What do you think? Yeah, so she and be. Have a think. Write down your answer somewhere. Oh, you need a paper and pen. So if Anna lived in London, she near her parents. Missing words? Word or words? Have a look at number two. Christina wouldn't go to work by car. I have to remember what I wrote. Christina wouldn't go to work by car if, and then use something here, near a train station. Christina wouldn't go to work by car if near a train station.
Can you show people your cup of coffee?
Of course. Ta-da!
Okay, someone said it'd be good you have a cup of tea.
Yeah, morning coffee, afternoon tea. Sometimes. Okay, write down your answer. Ready for number three. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Number three, John wouldn't be overweight if, and then choose a form of this, if so much. John wouldn't be overweight if so much. We've got he and not and eat. Oh, this was she and live, in case you can't see it. John wouldn't be overweight Who was the boy that went to the gym? He wouldn't be so overweight if he went to the gym. Or something like that.
You're giving the answer out.
But now he's very slim. Oh yeah, okay. Silly me. So write down your answer. And now number 4, last one. Peter. Peter would definitely learn French. Peter would definitely learn French if a job in France. You got he and get. So Peter would definitely learn French if a job in France. What do you think the answers can be? Oh, excuse me. While you're thinking and looking at that, I'm going to eat a bit of my biscuit. Can you dip biscuits in tea, in coffee?
Eat as is.
Okay.
Oh God, you're doing an eating show now.
While you are writing, I'm eating.
I think it's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Hang on, I've got to swallow it now. All right?
Yeah.
English lessons in school were never like this. Wonderful. Okay, so ready? Got some answers? Let's see if you're right. Number 1, if Anna lived in London, does she live in London? No, she doesn't. But if she lived in London, she would be near her parents. She would, she'd. If Anna lived in London, she'd be near her parents. She would, because after would, it must be infinitive, she would be. If Anna lived in London, she would, she'd be near her parents. But does she live in London? No, she doesn't. She lives in Ipswich or Bournemouth. If she lived in London, she would, she'd be near her parents. Number 2, Christina wouldn't go to work by car. Christina wouldn't go to work by car if she lived near a train station. Does she live near a train station? No, she doesn't. If she did, then she wouldn't go to work by car, but she does go to work by car because she doesn't live near to a train station. Christina wouldn't go to work by car if she lived near a train station. Lived. Why is it lived and not lived? Because v is vibration, so it's a voice, ed ending. Lived. It's always, if there's vibration here on the final sound, lived. It's a d sound. Lived. All right? Number 3, John wouldn't be overweight if he didn't eat so much. Didn't. If he didn't eat so much. Is he overweight? Yes, he is. Why is he overweight? Because he eats so much. But if he didn't eat so much, he wouldn't be overweight. So past, yeah. Past simple plus would, yeah. John wouldn't be overweight if he didn't eat so much. He did not eat so much. Yeah. And because did is a modal verb, the next verb is always infinitive, and that's why it's eat. He didn't eat so much. And the last one, Peter would definitely learn French if a job in France. Peter would definitely learn French if he got a job in France. Peter would definitely, you got the would part here, so this just changed the verb in the if clause. And in the if clause in the second conditional, it's past simple. So get, got, gotten, got. Second one. Peter would definitely learn French if he got a job in France. But does he have a job in France now? No. Where is his job? London, maybe. But if he got a job in France, he would learn French. So there we are. Happy second conditional. Wow.
Queen Victoria was alive. She be over 200 years.
She would be.
She would be.
Yeah.
She would be.
Because after would, you must have an infinitive of the verb. Because it's a modal. Then after all modals, the next verb is always infinitive. Super duper. So that's the second conditional.